We live in a three-dimensional world, meaning that there are three distinct directions that one can move that don't interfere with each other. And as far as we know, there are only three dimensions. But it is a fun thought experiment to look into fourth and maybe even further dimensions. Imagine stepping into a 4D world, and what would that even look like? And what would it make our current 3D world look like? To better understand the fourth dimension, we need to first look at the second dimension. Let's say you're this little guy here, and you only have two dimensions, up and down and left and right. To a 2D person, these shapes, even though they are in the third dimension, will still look like 2D shapes. But they will have unexpected properties when it comes to movement. This person has only seen a 2D cross-section of a three-dimensional object, so these objects might not interact as they would seem as soon as you add that third dimension. Here, it looks like the circle is floating to the 2D person, but being 3D people, we can see that the sphere is just skewed a bit, so the cross-section that the 2D person is seeing is off, and it makes it look like the object is floating. For us in the 3D world, the same can be applied to 4D objects. As soon as the object falls out of our third dimension, we have to take other 3D cross-sections of the fourth dimension to then relocate our object. In the same way that a 2D person is seeing cross-sections of a 3D object, like an MRI, we are seeing 3D cross-sections of a 4D object, so they don't behave as we would expect. Like here, all these shapes are the same size, but they're all skewed differently in the fourth dimension, making them appear differently sized and make it look like some of them are floating. As we scroll along the fourth dimension though, you can see that all the circles are still there, they are just in their own third dimension. So, looking at a fourth dimensional world would just be like seeing a bunch of 3D cross-sections of a 4D place, same way as a 2D person would see the 3D world. The fourth dimension is a really cool thought experiment, and with this app called 4D Toys, we can better visualize and see how the fourth dimension would actually work. Now just imagine if 4D people were using us as an example to look into the fifth dimension.